So I'm still acquiring coverlets, and this is a coverlet that I got from eBay, so I have not seen it. And I thought I'd share with you the process, hopefully the excitement, of opening up a coverlet and discovering what I can about it. So I took it literally out of the box, but have done nothing else. Pictures never tell the story, so I'm just going to simply unfold it. I bought this coverlet for a couple of reasons. One, it's a pattern that I myself do not have in the collection, and it also is signed and dated, and I thought, well, gee, worth getting even if I didn't know much more about it. Price was right, fit within my budget. So I'm gonna open it up and see if I can spread it out here. So one of the first things that I do when I look at a new coverlet is to try and sort of understand it in terms of its construction. So this did at one point have self fringe on the sides. There's a little bit left here. And it has a bottom border and a corner block. I'm gonna spread it out a little bit more. So this coverlet has a center seam. So here's my center seam, and it looks like it's been repaired a few times, but also the match here isn't particularly good. And the top end of it is hemmed. And again, there's been some repair work to it. So it's bordered on three sides. It has two corner blocks. It has a center seam. So it fits, without a doubt, the form that we expect of a coverlet. It is rectangular, borders on three sides, a bottom border with corner blocks. And interesting here for me is one would almost call this a double border. This is the border, and then it's repeated. Same thing happens here, the border, it's repeated. Let's look now at the name and date for a little bit, because this gives you an understanding of the size of the repeat for this figured coverlet. So I'm going to go to where we can read it most clearly. We see 1841, and we see 1841. And this is not a mirror image. This is simply, this is repeated here. So we know that this is the size of the setup, and it's repeated. This hook is connected to that hook, okay. It says wove by GS4M Elder. And then we see it reversed, and people get a little confused about this. But the way this figuring head was set up, it is exactly like this. So if whatever makes the W here makes the W here in reverse, this is a quadrant system, a system where I only need to design a quarter of the design from here to here to here to here. This then gets flipped over this way and gets woven forward and then back, and forward and back and forward and back. So the actual number of moving parts to create this design is really pretty small. I have this much information. I repeat it in reverse here. I repeat it this way and backward to create a much larger set of designs. Now, let's talk a little bit about weave structure. When I turn this over, I have the opposite design. I think you can see that pretty well. But I can't pull these apart to make pockets. It is double cloth, but this is a tied double cloth. meaning that the two layers are connected in a way that I can't separate them into big pockets. And if I look down here, I notice that the threads that are in the blue area are a little bit more spaced out than the threads that are in the white area. The white area looks like it's woven more tightly. The blue area looks like it's a little bit more open. And if I come down here where I'm seeing the warp turned up a little bit, I can see that I have a blue thread in cotton, and then I have white threads, and blue and then white, and blue and then white. And the blue threads are weaving with the blue wool in the filling, and the white threads are weaving with the white. And the balance is not the same. There are more white threads than there are blue threads. So this tells me that this is a tied double cloth. More than that we don't need to get into right now.